ES College of Nursing, Viluppuram. Strive, serve, shine.
Hi everyone, I am Malathi in Pediatric Department working as a Assistant Professor in ES College of Nursing. Today we will see about the tracheoesophageal fistula and tracheoesophageal atresia. Okay, and it is nothing but tracheoesophageal atresia and tracheoesophageal fistula comes under the gastrointestinal system. And thus newborn and adult may becoming a abnormal or congenital anomaly occur in this embryonic period itself. Next we will move on to the anatomy and physiology of gastrointestinal system. In this normal anatomy, in this tracheoesophageal fistula and tracheoesophageal atresia mainly focuses on the three areas. One is trachea and then esophagus and stomach. In abnormal connection between the trachea or abnormal connection between the esophagus and stomach is called as congenital anomaly of tracheoesophageal fistula and atresia. In this next we will move on to the definition of tracheoesophageal atresia, tracheoesophageal fistula. In this esophageal atresia is nothing but failure of esophagus to form a continuous passage from the pharynx to the stomach. It normal passage from the stomach and the pharynx, it comes under the esophagus. It failure of fusion is connected means fistula or atresia. Upper part is called as atresia and lower part is upper part is called as atresia and lower part is called as fistula. In this tracheoesophageal fistula is abnormal connection between the trachea and then esophagus. Next we will move on to the incidence. Approximately 1 in 4,000 or 3,000 live birth mainly affected in the tracheoesophageal fistula and atresia, and thus more commonly affected in the male and females. In mostly affected in the infants, 40 to 50% of the people may affect the tracheoesophageal fistula and atresia. And then next we will move on to the etiology. Mainly three focusing etiology comes under the others and vectoral and then charge. In this other etiology comes under the maternal alcohol and smoking. In this maternal women's getting alcohol and smoking may congenital malformation occur in the infants. And then exposure of methimazole. Methimazole is it's nothing but it is the one type of hypothyroid drug. It is morely intake of methimazole. It caused to the it is caused in the congenital anomaly. And then prolonged mechanical ventilators. Mother is getting any accidental or any other prolonged bedridden means that time will be baby affect the congenital anomaly. And then maternal polyhydramnios. In this maternal polyhydramnios is amniotic fluid is increased in this baby womb. In this time baby may becoming a respiratory problem. In this time the gastrointestinal defect will be affected to the baby, and maternal diabetes mellitus also one cause of the tracheoesophageal fistula and atresia. And then vectoral. Vectoral is nothing but V means vertebra, it is hemivertebrae and scoliosis. In this hemivertebrae scoliosis is spinal curvature is pending towards the babies. And anorectal malformation. In this anorectal malformation, anus opening will be abscess in this conditions, and cardiac defect. And then cardiac defect is VSD and patent ductus arteriosus. In this VSD, ventral septal defect and patent ductus arteriosus comes under the cardiac problem in the congenital anomaly of the baby. And then tracheo and then esophagus. It is comes under the tracheo and esophagus comes under the our condition of tracheoesophageal fistula, tracheoesophageal atresia. And then renal defect is ectopic kidney. The ectopic kidney is nothing but kidney is normally not forming is normal shape. One kidney is forming or double kidney is forming normally, but one kidney is working as in a normal condition, or otherwise triplet kidney is present in the baby. That is the ectopic kidneys. And limb defect is renal agenesis, most common in the defect of the childhoods. And then charge. Charge is comes under C means columboma. Columboma is called as a missing part of the eye in the any lesions, that is called as columboma. In this columboma condition, yearly treatment is needed for the babies. And then heart defect, I already told about the vectral. In this, heart defect may affect the baby in the congenital anomaly of the baby, and atresia of the cocaine. In this, atresia of the cocaine is called as, I'll see about the nasal passage. In this nasal passage, backward of the nasal cavity, obstruction may occur, the bone blockage of the nasal passage. In this bone passage of the nasal passage, obstruction will occur means that time baby having a difficult to breathe. That is comes under the atresia of cocaine. And then mental retardation comes under the congenital anomaly only. And then genital hypoplasia, and then abnormal or unpresented to the testes or genitalia is comes under the genital hypoplasia, and then ear abnormalities comes under the babies of congenital anomaly only. Next we will move on to the types of tracheoesophageal fistula. In this types of tracheoesophageal fistula is mainly 5 types comes under the tracheoesophageal fistula. Only trachea and esophagus will be connected, and then atresia and esophagus also connected. Next we will move on to the one by one types will be connected. First type is esophageal atresia without tracheoesophageal fistula. I already said upper part is called as atresia, and then lower part is upper part is called as fistula, and lower part is called as proximal. In this first fusion together, in this normal in shape is, that is normal of esophagus and stomach and then trachea. In this abnormal gap between there, that is atresia. Okay, this is the esophageal atresia without tracheoesophageal fistula. Next we will move on to the esophageal atresia with the proximal tracheoesophageal fistula. In this, upper part is esophagus connected to the trachea, and lower part is not connected to the trachea or in this esophagus. The stomach is beyond the end. The gap between the stomach and esophagus, and the gap connected with the trachea and then esophagus, that is called as tracheoesophageal atresia with proximal esophageal fistula. It is comes under the second type of tracheoesophageal fistula with the tracheoesophageal atresia. And then third type of esophageal atresia with the distal tracheoesophageal fistula. It is comes under the lower part of the segment. In this, fistula connected to the trachea and atresia is not connected to the stomach. That is third type is atresia with the distal fistula. And then fourth one is esophageal atresia with both proximal and distal tracheoesophageal fistula. That is, this type is K type, as otherwise known as esophageal atresia with both proximal and distal esophageal fistula. The type is trachea to connected to the atresia to connected to the trachea, and then fistula also connected to the trachea. That type is called as K type, or otherwise known as esophageal atresia with both proximal and distal esophageal fistula. In this, last one is fifth type is H type of tracheoesophageal fistula. It is only connected to the normal segment of the esophagus, but esophagus connected to the trachea and stomach also connected to the trachea, that is comes under the only fistula will connected, that is H type of tracheoesophageal fistula. Next we will move on to the clinical manifestation. Before going to clinical manifestation, mainly 5 types is comes under the tracheoesophageal fistula. In this 5 types, we will see about the one by one. In this types comes under the mainly focuses on the only treatment modality of surgical intervention only. Later we will see about the surgical intervention. Next we will move on to the clinical manifestation. In this, abnormal connection between the trachea and esophagus or fusion of the stomach and esophagus means the regurgitation, coughing, choking, cyanosis will be occur. In this, main clinical manifestation is choking. In this, choking means any food particles enter into the esophagus, that time obstruction will be there, or connected to the trachea of the fistula means that time baby getting a choking or coughing or choking, and then cyanosis. If cyanosis is aspiration may becoming a worsening means that time body parts are come to cyanosis. Next we will move on to the drooling of saliva. Because of not swallowing properly into the food means that time baby affecting the drooling of saliva, and then respiratory distress also affected, and then regurgitation will be maintained, and then abdominal distension. If the baby is not getting a food properly into the normal esophagus and trachea means that time abdominal distension will be affected. If the food is not going to proper in the stomach means the time aspiration will be affected, means respiratory pneumonia will be formulated, that is the aspiration pneumonia, and laryngospasm, obstruction of the larynx will be affected to the child, that is the laryngospasm. And then next we will move on to the diagnostic evaluation. In this main diagnostic evaluation, how will you find the tracheoesophageal fistula or tracheoesophageal atresia, that is esophageal atresia and esophageal fistula. And then trachea and esophagus may forming a fourth week itself of the embryonic period. That the time 5th month we will take the anomaly scan. In this anomaly scan we will find the trachea and esophagus normal or abnormal will be taken by the diagnostic testing. In this first antenatal diagnostic testing, condition of the USG, that is anomaly scan will be take it to the anomaly scan and then find the congenital anomaly, and then ultrasonography, plain X-ray abdomen and chest X-ray, passing of radio opaque catheter through the esophagus, bronchoscopy and then ECG. These are all the diagnostic evaluation to find the tracheoesophageal atresia and tracheoesophageal fistula. Next we will move on to the management. Immediate management, we will go to the first one is propped up position. Baby will be anytime getting the breathing difficulty, regurgitation, aspiration, cyanosis, choking will be occur. That time baby will be put on the propped up position, and then nil per oral baby, because of any food particles go into the esophagus, that time regurgitation will be happen. That time you have to maintain the baby in nil per oral. Airway clearance, if any obstruction occur in the esophagus means you have to maintain a suctioning and clear the airway of the baby, and then oxygen therapy will administer to the baby, and then IV fluid therapy, because of no fluid intake and no food intake to the baby, because of aspiration may occur, that time you have to administer the IV fluid only. Nasogastric tube aspiration, if any content you not finding the diagnostic of esophageal atresia and esophageal fistula means you have to find the diagnosis after itself. Nasogastric tube aspiration will be done the baby, and then after that if in case of baby having tracheoesophageal fistula or atresia means you have to find the baby condition, have to implement the surgical intervention, after that gastrotomy will be planned to the baby. And then stagging surgery. In this first surgery you will move on to the tracheoesophageal fistula is ligated and the gastrotomy is done. That is one tracheoesophageal fistula and atresia. In this esophagus and fistula will be abnormal gap between there. In this abnormal gap will be ligated and anastomosis to the proper way, that is called as tracheoesophageal ligated and gastrectomy is done. If the procedure is done means you have to maintain a gastrectomy. And then second stage is proximal and distal segment anastomosis if the gap was too large, and segment of colon used to reconstruction done about the 18 to 24 months. If the less the connection of gap is 2.5 centimeter means you have to done a first stage of surgery, that is comes under the anastomosis and suture that site, and then next move on to the gastrectomy. If in case of 2.5 centimeter is above the area of gap or in this esophagus and stomach means you have to find the second stage of surgery, that is wait for 18 to 24 months of the baby. And then other surgical management is cervical esophagotomy. This is the esophagotomy coloplasty, esophagus replaced by the segment of intestine. This is done by 18 to 24 months. And then esophagus gastroplasty. In this esophagus gastroplasty and coloplasty is comes under the, you have to cut the abnormal connection between the trachea, or you have to cut the missing gap of the upper part or lower part. You have to fit it in the end-to-end anastomosis, and then you have to start the stricture of the esophageal atresia. and then normal opening of the esophagus. In this normal opening of the trachea is the two will be anastomosed and separately to the trachea and esophagus. And this complication of tracheoesophageal fistula and tracheoesophageal atresia is main complication of anastomotic leak and dysphagia, difficult to speech, and then esophageal strictures, gastroesophageal refluxes disease, recurrent pneumonia, chest wall deformities may occur, and then tracheomalacia also occur. In this nurse's responsibility, we will maintain the airway clearance of the baby, maintain the IV fluid of the baby, we have to maintain the body surface of the baby, and then prevention of infection, nutritional preventional aspiration, and minimizing pain, reducing anxiety. These are all the nursing responsibility will maintain the babies. Finally, I will conclude my topic. Before I am going to conclude, you have to give a health education about the mother and baby, mother as well as the family members to maintain the baby in a proper position, nil per oral, to maintain a follow up in the regular batches. I hope you are all understand my topic. Thank you.